State of war, Karnataka locked and loaded. Top newsmakers on India Today. Man leading Congress battle speaks. Former chief ministers at war. India Today is your election destination.
You're watching India Today. I'm Nabila Jamal. Our State of War Karnataka today touching upon multiple stories where we're seeing heated debate between the two major parties in the state, the BJP and the Congress, not letting go of their conviction of winning this election. Let me start with our first news break today as we cut across what B.S. Yediyurappa has dared Siddaramaiah with. In a press conference today, B.S. Yediyurappa has almost threatened Siddaramaiah, saying that we are all set. The BJP is in a huddle and are preparing to field a really strong candidate against Siddaramaiah in his own home constituency, Varuna. This is, of course, leaving us with enough and more suspicion whether this is going to be B.S. Yediyurappa's own son, Vijendra, who will be fielded opposite Siddaramaiah. All right, cutting across to our big news break too. We're going to be touching upon in our second story here on Siddaramaiah threatening the BJP in an all-exclusive conversation that Siddaramaiah has had with my colleague Nagarjun Dwarkanath, where he said, if we come to power, it's not if, he says when we come to power, we're going to open up all the corruption cases against the BJP like they've done on many other leaders. This is the turn of the BJP netas. Corruption cases will be investigated when I come to power in Karnataka. All right, cutting across to our biggest news break 3 on this show. We're going to take you through the language debate that sparked off in Karnataka yet again. It's the election season. At a time like this, there was huge uproar when the Nandini curd packets, and Nandini as a brand itself is local to Karnataka. Nandini curd packet was named as Nandini Dahi. Dahi being the Hindi word which many of the opposition netas in the state of Karnataka have taken objection to. And it appears that the BJP taking note, the union government has decided to roll back this move. I'm going to cut across to our top news here first. B.S. Yediyurappa now all out daring Siddaramaiah that we will ensure your loss. He says it in as many words that we will field a really strong candidate from Varuna constituency. This has risen to a lot of speculation whether or not B.S. Yediyurappa's son Vijendra, who is known to be a person who could really unseat or unsettle a winning candidate in any constituency. He's seen as a real super strong man. B.S. Yediyurappa's son, yes, but apart from that has a lot of credibility of being a strong player for the BJP himself in the state. It appears that there's a lot of talk around Vijendra getting a ticket from Varuna, the same constituency that Siddaramaiah now plans to stand. So long it was Yatindra, Siddaramaiah's son, who was contesting from that same seat. Now, Siddaramaiah has, of course, reacted to that. D.K. Shivkumar has reacted to that. But let me cut across to exactly this, what B.S. Yediyurappa said, almost warning Siddaramaiah that be sure that you may not win in your own safe seat, Varuna.
ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅವರು ನಿಲ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತ ನೆಲನೇ ಕುಸಿತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅವ್ರ ಗೆಲುವು ಸಹ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನನಗೇನು ಅನ್ಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ ಟಫ್ ಫೈಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ.
All right, there you have it. BJP there, of course, training its guns against Siddaramaiah and ensuring, or at least trying as much to ensure a bitter defeat to Siddaramaiah in his own home constituency, Varuna. Let me cut across to what D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah had to say in reaction to this. Of course, they're confident of winning the seat, but here's what the Congress responded.
There is a strong anti-incumbency against BJP government. Corruption is rampant. Never in the history of Karnataka so much of corruption was there in previously. So this government is a most corrupt government.
All right. There you have it. Siddaramaiah initially, Sagai Raj is joining me live for more on that. Sagai, you know, Siddaramaiah at this point shopping for a safe seat. He wants to contest from 2 seats. One, Varuna, which his son is already contesting from, Yatindra, or so long Yatindra held that Varuna seat. He did not want to unseat Yatindra because then that would cast a cloud of uncertainty on Yatindra's own political career. But now it appears, after internal surveys of the Congress, many surveys say that Siddaramaiah may not win from most other constituencies, including that of Kolar, which Siddaramaiah wants to contest. And that's why Siddaramaiah now gone back to Varuna, hoping that that's a safe seat. But you heard what B.S. Yadurappa said today in a presser. It almost threatened Siddaramaiah that we are going to ensure a very strong candidate to be fielded against you in Varuna. What does this mean? Is Vijendra in the running for Varuna ticket from the BJP?
If you notice, the 2013 election, Yadurappa had floated his own party. At that point of time, he had fielded a candidate from his party, and he got a lot of votes from Varuna opposite to Siddaramaiah. And in the next election in 2018, B.S. Yadurappa was contemplating to field Vijendra opposite to Siddaramaiah. But there was a lot of opposition where even the High Command have suggested Yadurappa to not field Vijendra at that point of time, and he has withdrawn his candidature. And now, again, the news is back where there are reports saying that BJP might contemplate to make Vijendra contest opposite to Siddaramaiah. See, if you notice the internal survey, as you rightly pointed out, that shows that Siddaramaiah might not win from Kolar. But Varuna is the fort of Siddaramaiah, who was born and brought up there, and is quite confident that he will be comfortably winning from Varuna. But if you notice, the Congress, which have also spoken to Siddaramaiah earlier, have suggested him to go ahead with Varuna and not to consider Kolar. But he is still hell-bent that he will go ahead and contest from both the constituencies.
But of course, as you said, Siddaramaiah is hell-bent on also contesting from Kolar for whatever reasons. He says people there are asking me to contest, and therefore I'm requesting the Congress to grant me both these tickets for Varuna and Kolar. Our viewers should know that the Congress is yet to roll out its second list. 100 candidates, 100 seats has to be announced. But let's see if Congress really grants him this wish of contesting 2 seats yet again, like he did in 2018. I'm going to cut across to Siddaramaiah, speaking about all of this and more. He is certainly the newsmaker at this point. Siddaramaiah is the only, as we see political history goes, Siddaramaiah is the only tallest leader within the Congress who has a clean and a spotless image. He's the only Neta, or the only Chief Minister rather, who has completed his full 5-year term as a Chief Minister in Karnataka in over 3 to 4 decades. So Siddaramaiah is a real CM hopeful this time. He hopes to come back. He says, I'm a CM aspirant. And while he speaks exclusively in this all-exclusive conversation with my colleague Nagarjun Dwarkanath, here is Siddaramaiah asserting that I'm going to come back with a roaring victory. In fact, the Congress will come back with a thumping majority. This is what Siddaramaiah says, attacking also the Prime Minister, saying that Prime Minister Modi can come 100 times if he wants, but he's not going to turn this into favor for the BJP. So Siddaramaiah attacking the BJP there, saying that this is a party full of corrupt leaders. No matter what, it's the Congress who will make it to the finish point with a win. Listen in to this exclusive conversation.
You and D.K. Shiv Kumar, are you fighting it unitedly this election, or is there some...
No. See, Congress party is totally united.
Okay.
There is no difference between myself and Shiv Kumar. Shiv Kumar is also one of the aspirants.
Correct.
Nothing wrong in that.
You're okay with it?
It is nothing wrong in that. If anybody wants to become the Chief Minister, nothing wrong. Ultimately, the elected MLAs will have to decide the leader of the legislature party.
Correct.
And the High Command has to take a decision.
A lot of surveys are saying, and political analysts are saying, if Congress announces Siddaramaiah name as CM candidate, there will be a sweep for the Congress.
But that is not the procedure so far in Karnataka. See, before the election, Congress party never announced the name of the leader. But it is Congress party leave it to the decision of the elected MLAs and also the High Command ultimately.
You're also an aspirant, right?
Yes, 100% I'm an aspirant.
I'm asking, if you come back to power, will you file open cases on all the BJP netas with the corruption charges on the officials?
Definitely. Definitely we are going to do it.
Okay.
See, wherever there are evidences, wherever there are corruption charges against the ministers, you will constitute a commission to look into all the allegations against these corrupt BJP government.
He was speaking to HD Kumaraswamy recently. He said Congress and BJP both have already offered him, saying, please come with us, because they know the strength of Kumaraswamy.
As far as our party is concerned, we never
Approached.
support
Okay.
JDS. And we never had any talk with JDS people. So this is the situation. I don't know why Kumaraswamy is telling like that.
Will there be hung assembly this time? Do you feel so? If the hung assembly happens, will you still offer Mr. Kumar?
According to me, the young assembly will not arise. This time I am very confident that Congress party would come to power with comfortable majority.
Across to our big focus of the day here in Karnataka, we see language war and a language debate has now sparked yet again in this poll-bound state of Karnataka. And this time around, it's over Nandini curd packets. Nandini is a homegrown Kannada brand. Nandini curd packets. The name was changed from Nandini curd to Nandini dahi. Dahi is a Hindi word, and that's been opposed by several opposition netas. In fact, collectively, within the BJP itself, there are a lot of voices of opposition that came to fore, objecting to the Hindi word dahi being used for Nandini curd. In fact, if you really translate curd to Kannada, curd is called mosuru in Kannada. I'm not too sure if that's been granted, but the English word curd was changed to Hindi word dahi, which of course wasn't accepted by the people, largely by the opposition leaders, and a lot of people, the locals in Karnataka have opposed to this move taken by the FSSAI. In fact, now after much of the backlash, the FSSAI has retracted this earlier order. They've decided now to go back to the original name, Nandini curd, and it appears that this was a decision done by the BJP government in a poll-bound state where they're already stressed and hoping to win in a high-octane political battle in a state like Karnataka. At this point, it appears that the BJP, not taking any chances, promptly have retracted this new move on Nandini curd being called Nandini dahi. Now, JDS's HD Kumaraswamy has been quite vocal about this, putting out tweets one after the other, saying that this is ridiculous, this is all ways of imposing Hindi on us. Nandini is a homegrown brand. It's for Kannadigas, by Kannadigas. How dare a Hindi word be imposed on a brand of ours? Let's cut across though. Kumaraswamy himself has spoken exclusively to India today while he spoke about the political battleground here in Karnataka and directly points out at the BJP, saying the BJP is trying to misguide people. He also includes Congress in the same breath.
Will Kumaraswamy this time go with BJP or Congress? How do you see the election?
We will going to form the government on our own by the blessing of this state citizens.
Do you have pressure from the center saying come with us? Have they already spoken to you?
Offer is there.
You have already offered?
Offer is there.
Okay.
Everybody offering me.
Even Congress is offering?
Everybody is offering me. They know.
Okay.
Their strength, what is their strength internally, they know.
Okay.
But publicly they are telling we will get 140, 150. That is their announcement.
But internally
internally I know their strength.
Okay.
What is some important persons who are approaching
okay.
to thinking that this time also fracture will be there. But according to me, whatever I worked very hard work for 18 hours a day, how the people's response, I have full confidence that our government will be formed by the blessings of this Karnataka voters independently.
So I'm stressing on this point because even before the election, you are saying both the national parties have given you an offer already on the open platter, saying, Mr. Kumaraswamy, please support us.
Because of their minus point, they know the real strength. I know my strength now. From last 3 elections, where we lapsed our working style, because why we failed, All those things, we worked it out. How to solve those problems, how to settle it. On that basis, I am telling you, in this election, because of two national parties' attitude, people want a regional party. This time they were going to choose Janata Dal to form the government on their own. This is my impression wherever I am going throughout the state.
All right, H.D. Kumaraswamy there saying that he, almost suggesting that he is the man who will help either of the party, either the BJP or the Congress, to come to power, because many surveys at this point suggest a fractured mandate in Karnataka. So will H.D. Kumaraswamy himself be the kingmaker yet again this time? He seems to be really voicing his opinion and doing so quite boldly when it comes to the Nandini Kurd issue. In fact, H.D. Kumaraswamy was the first to put out a tweet and condemn this. So he's really being vocal about several primary issues in the state of Karnataka. But will this really turn around to JDS actually gaining on the battleground? Will his constituencies along the old Mysore region, will he be able to retain it? That's something that remains to be seen. But of course, in Karnataka, you never know which party ultimately comes to power. The most volatile state and the most interesting one. Continue watching our State of War Karnataka at 6:30 p.m. every day, Monday to Friday, with me, Nabila Jamal. Thank you for now.
The stage is set for Karnataka Assembly elections. The Election Commission on Wednesday announced voting for the 224-member Karnataka Legislative Assembly will be held on May 10th. Results will be declared 3 days later on May 13th. While the election dates have come out, the battle had begun months in advance, with the BJP, Congress and JDS hitting the campaign trail. The BJP is banking heavily on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has already visited Karnataka 7 times in the last 3 months. Karnataka Congress Chief Shivakumar has alleged the EC delayed announcement of poll dates to facilitate Prime Minister Modi's inauguration spree in the state. While the BJP is expected to release their first list next week, the Congress and JDS have already given their first list of 124 and 93 candidates respectively. The BJP is fuming after a few of its leaders crossed over to the Congress in the run-up to the elections. Corruption is one of the big issues in Karnataka, with the Bommai government being accused